Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and today it's a beautiful sunny day. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm at a regular repeat customer here. I've been cleaning this carpet about 10 years. It's about 10 years old. She discovered us after she had had it cleaned twice, steam cleaning, and was very unhappy with the results that she was getting. And then she discovered Oxy-Dry, and as is usually the case, it's game over, and we've been cleaning this carpet ever since. This is an Olefin. It's kind of a textured loop, similar to a berber, but call it a berber. There are two chocolate labs that live in this house. Now there's a cat too. And she was lamenting about how hard all these animals are on the carpet. And indeed, they certainly can be. We've got, I think she said there was a vomit stain here, another one over here, another one over here, a bunch of little spots down the hall. Overall, looking quite grubby, actually. The oils from these chocolate labs are getting all over everything. Of course, they're pretty big dogs, too. A mysterious stain over here. She wasn't sure what it was. Quite a few stains actually on the carpet. But as I say, I've been cleaning this now for 10 years, and it cleans up pretty well every time. And then usually at least once a year, I'm back in the home cleaning the carpet. So, actually, I remember the first time I cleaned it. I guess it was the first dog they had used to sleep under the bed here, and there was a big black spot underneath the bed here, and she wanted me to, I guess she pulled the bed apart, and then I was able to get under there and clean it up for her, and I think that was the first time I ever cleaned the carpet for her. I remember that 10 years ago. She also has two daughters. I'd say they're in their early 20s. One is still at home. The other one moved out. And there's a cat here somewhere too, a new addition. I think the daughter wanted a cat and then changed her mind, and now it's Mom's cat. Okay, so this is a hog hair fiber pad, and it will work very well on this carpet. Break off the wood there. And I'm cleaning with Nanomax at 2 ounces per gallon, but because of the doggy oils, I did boost it with Revive It Rocket at it's about 6 ounces per gallon, and the Revive It Rocket has citrus in it as well as peroxide, and both the Nanomax and the Revive It Rocket have a health rating of 0, so it's as safe as you can get. Nanomax is a neutral pH. I think Revive It Rocket is I'm not sure what the pH is. I think it might be maybe a 8. I'm not positive. It'll be on the Bonnet Pro website, of course. But we won't be needing to worry about messing around with pH with this type of cleaning because, we just don't have to. There's much better ways to clean a carpet than just hitting it with high pH. And that's with a better quality emulsifier, surfactant detergent blend, which these are, of course, and they're non-residual. This product, both the Nanomax and the Revive It Rocket, contain their proprietary AFT anti-resoiling protector, and so that's part of the cleaning process. Not only is it getting cleaned, there's a protector applied at the same time. There actually is a light in this room, but you can see how much better I can see with the LED light there. these stains here were not actually very obvious. When that blind was open, there was so much light and glare on the carpet, it was reflecting the light right back, and the stains weren't all that obvious. So I closed the blind, and there they were, very obvious. So that's a little trick. You usually see stains better in a more subdued light. So you can see that upchuck just disappeared. I did actually spray some peroxy on these stains, but there is peroxide in the Revive It rocket as well. So I think this stain I'm on right now is an upchuck. It has a more of a yellow bile color to it, and that can really be a problem to deal with. It can be a real challenge. Kind of a weird, almost looks like somebody went across the carpet there with a razor knife. So I'm putting on a little bit extra solution right there, as you can see. Just scrubbing it in, because I do want the peroxide and the Revive It rocket to work on the vomit. These dogs, well, they're like a lab, the chocolate lab. They, of course, have oils on their coats, and gets, even on their feet, obviously. And as they're walking all over the carpet and laying on the carpet, the oils do build up on the fibers, of course, and really can make it look quite grubby. So let's see this mysterious stain that just disappeared. All right. There actually is quite a few stains on this carpet. Of course, I did pre-vacuum the whole carpet. I see another yellow stain right there. And of course, I did all the edges and corners. It looked like she might have vacuumed it, but she didn't say, and I would have still vacuumed it anyway, so. So I'm in an area of Kelowna, which is north of Kelowna, called Winfield, and then it turns into lake country, because there's a couple of lakes along the highway here. One is Duck Lake, one is Wood Lake, and then the next lake, which is a pretty big lake, is called Kalamalka Lake. So I think this is Duck Lake I'm looking at right here. And way up in the distance there's a strip of land there, and that separates the two lakes. Kalamalka Lake is the one north of that. and that's the lake that's right up against Vernon. Which is where I'm heading after I do this job. Not to do a job, but if you've been watching my videos, I let you know recently that we acquired another little doggy again, and his name is Billy, and we wanted to have a companion for him, so I'm heading off after this job, heading up to Vernon, meeting some folks, and they have a little dog they need to have rehomed, and so we thought he looks like be the right fit for our little guy. So I'm going to be going picking up another little dog, and the dog we have now, the one we just got about a month ago. He's a Lhasa Apso Shih Tzu, and there was the same breed of dog that the last dog that we had, who passed away 2 years ago, and a wonderful breed. So that's Billy's breed, the little black and white guy, which you've seen recently in a couple of videos I've done. And we also used to have a Maltese Shih Tzu actually, and the little dog I'm going to be going to pick up after my job today is actually a purebred Maltese. So, and they're another really wonderful breed. Actually, the oldest breed of dog, recognized breed of dog in the world is the Maltese. Something I didn't even know until fairly recently. Apparently, even the Egyptians were known to have Maltese dogs, although they didn't call them that then. They have different names that they would call them. I think they called them lion dog or something, and other things like that. It's an interesting subject. But our little Billy, he's bored. He's a very intense little guy. He needs to be played with a lot, and he's always bugging us for attention, which is fine most of the time. But sometimes my wife has to answer the phone, and you know, she's in the office all day long. He actually gets up on the desk right beside her, interferes with her typing on the typewriter, and grabs her fingers and things like that. So he needs a little companion, and that's fine. I actually figured that we would end up with having two dogs again. We used to have three, but I don't think we're going to go and have three. Two will be fine. So I don't know if you can see this, but the carpet this carpet really flattens as they walk on it, being typical for an olefin berber type carpet. They do tend to flatten down over time, but this machine and this hog chair pad is just lifting that pile right up. It's standing it right up. It just does a fantastic job. I know sometimes you'll hear people or read people say that the rotaries will flatten the pile. That again, that's another one of those myths, that if you're using the right attachments on your rotary, you're going to really lift the pile very, very effectively. And the hog chair pad is very good at lifting pile. So is the white feather pad actually. So I'm going to go in here again, and I just want to check what's going on with these couple of marks. I'm going to probably have to put some more proxy on there. I think it's still fairly yellow looking. Depending on what was in the animal's stomach, that can really affect how well you get a stain like that out. I think I've tried to get that stain out before, and it never did, so it's a problem. I actually think it's been there for quite a while now that I remember it, and it never seems to want to completely come out. There are some stains that are permanent, and mean, we can do miraculous things if you know what you're doing, but there are some things that can be permanent. Medications, if the animal's on any medications, that can certainly make for permanent staining. So I'm going to work my way back down the hall. Over the years, there's been really nasty stains in this hallway that I've gotten out successfully, and carpet looked great. I can remember one time there was just a really nasty stain here, which I got out, no problem, never came back. That's why she keeps getting us. I'll be doing the steps today too, which are just right there first. Okay, I think we can flip the or turn change, that is, to the Iron Man. Oh, I'm missing a chunk. I never noticed that. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, when they get too thin, then it's time to change them out. I actually have a whole whack of those things, so that's not a big deal. I did that just to clean off the tires, in case you're wondering. Because when I come out of here, I'll, wheel around the corner there and go down the steps. Okay. Let's turn around. And as I'm doing this, I'm constantly scanning the carpet for any stains. Of course, there's a sprout right there. But it's looking good so far. And I did not watch it. I did actually spray a little bit with my trigger sprayer down the hallway and in the traffic area, but I just used my trigger sprayer, so it really was a very kind of a light tree spray with the All-Rod product. I knew that I was, because I'm using Revive It Rocket, I'm relying more on that to do its thing by going over and scrubbing it in, and then going over again with the Iron Man, which is what I'm doing now. The pre-scrubbing is like applying the pre-spray, working it in, and then it has the dwell time, and the Iron Man, of course, does the extraction step, and there is plenty of dwell time then. I haven't added any solution yet after the Iron Man. And I've used a gallon, I would say. That's my guess. At a gallon and a half in here. Let's just double check that. Oh, I used half a gallon. That's how I used on this job, and I don't expect I'll be using any more. So half a gallon to do the whole job. Yeah, I'm not sure what that does. Oh, it powers the modem. Okay, I can still see this yellow there. You can see it in the... Yeah, you can see that. So that's a bile stain, and I think that has been there for a few years actually, and I've never been able to get it out. So whatever it is, it's a permanent stain. Nice and simple and easy to use, these machines. They move so easily, even on the carpet like this. Cleans fantastic, so reliable, so consistent. This is why I prefer the rotary for residential. More nimble. I can just, without even hardly thinking about it, I can make it go in any direction that I want. I'm not pushing and pulling with my arms like I would if I was using an OP. I'm not saying your OP is not a good choice. I just prefer the rotary myself for lots of reasons, which, if you've been watching my videos, you know. We're going to flip the pad and take a look. That's pretty grubby. All the doggy oils, you see. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the proxy. And I'm going to put it on that yellowish stain, although I do think that it is permanent, but I'll apply it again anyway. can't actually see it that well in this light, so I'll wait till I come in here with the machine. Again, that's another really good reason to have the light on the machine, is you can see things that don't show up in other light. Okay. A while back. Now, I used to have a chronic kind of a cough thing that was going on. Drove my wife nuts. And I could never figure out what was happening, why this was happening. And there was nothing there. But about on December 15 of this last December, I made a radical change, and I did two things radically. I stopped eating anything from when I woke up till supper time. I did the one meal a day for various reasons. The primary one wasn't to lose weight, although I certainly have. I've actually lost 36 pounds now. But the other reason was I just wanted to learn how to fast, because I understand there's really good health benefits to doing that. And since then, I have only, I think 3 times actually eaten anything between when I wake up till supper time. I think I had breakfast, like some eggs. I think I had ham and eggs one day with toast, and then another day I just had 4 eggs, and I think I had a sandwich another day. But other than that, I've actually eaten nothing from when I wake up till usually at 5 o'clock is when I start. And then I'll eat what I want for supper. And but one of the things I also did is I quit drinking coffee. On December 15, I have not drunk any coffee, and I didn't do that till in February, I guess, a few weeks ago. And one day I decided, about a month ago, I decided to have a coffee. And I haven't had a coffee since December 15. Now, what was interesting is that I had actually stopped with the coughing. My cough was gone. And I didn't connect the dots yet, but I had the coffee, and within a few hours I started to cough, and the sensation of having a sort of I would wake up in the night, this went on for years, I'd wake up in the night quite often with sensation of my sinuses being kind of stuffed up, although there wasn't anything there, and often had pressure headaches at night, and I could never figure out what was going on. But I had this coffee, and within a few hours started coughing, and that night my sinuses clogged right up again, and of course it causes, which is an uncommon, nocturia. That occurred again. And also I noticed that I was quite, wound up. The caffeine was really affecting me. And I guess it always actually had, but I was just so used to it that it was, I just was the way I was. Although I usually only had one coffee a day, but I used to drink a lot more, but I had noticed that it was affecting me years ago as far as that went, and so I had backed off. Oh, and I remember now, the day that I had the coffee, I remember laying there in the bed for like 4 hours, my eyes open, staring at the ceiling, wondering when I was going to fall asleep. So the point is that I realized that I can't tolerate the caffeine anymore. And I went and looked up, whether sinus problems can be caused by coffee, and you go take a look. If you have similar symptoms to what I'm talking about, go and take a look at what the symptoms are that coffee can cause with your sinuses. And yeah, maybe it's just stop the coffee. Now, it took about a month or so before the cough went away. But yeah, it's nice not to be constantly coughing and choking. There's times when it would be so bad I'd hardly be able to talk without starting to cough. But thankfully, that is now over and done with. So there you go. There's a little health tip for you. If you're a person who loves to drink coffee and you've got chronic post-nasal drip and coughing and pressure headaches and all that sort of stuff, well, try quitting the coffee. I know it's hard. I really miss it. I mean, that coffee that I had, that, right out of the blue there. Oh man, I sure liked it. It was good. But I can no longer tolerate coffee, unfortunately. Even decaf actually has some caffeine in it, so I'm not even going to bother trying that. Oh well. Okay, so I'm just heading back down the hallway. I've added a little bit of solution a couple times already now, just a little bit, once in a blue moon here. But for the most part, nothing at all. Heading back down the hall. Everything's looking good. Turn around. I'll be needing that power. Let's have a look. So that was the first side. And that was the second side. Definitely lighter. Okay, so now I'm going to do the steps, and I'll do the post grooming, and then I'll be done. So thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.